food.
We'd have to have craft services. It would be a mess.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, it's great to sit down.
Busy day?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I've been working on quite a bit. Have you two been busy?
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Just work. It
Yeah.
hasn't been a lot of playing lately, but we've got one coming up. So
That's great. So like a gig, is that what you call it? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you two mostly perform original music?
It's a mix.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a
really?
mix.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Had it always been that way?
Yeah, because we started before we really knew how to write songs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Because
great.
so we were originally definitely a cover band, and then we started writing pretty quickly after we started playing
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
together.
Yeah. And so what are the most of the songs about that you write yourselves?
So my songs are almost always sad songs. It's because when you're having a good time, you're out having a good time.
Yeah.
So to me, when I sit down with my guitar, I'm getting feelings out, and I'm addressing things that have been on my mind.
Yeah.
So they're generally sad songs. And Beth's way of approaching songwriting, I think, is really fascinating because she
really?
writes a lot from other people's perspective.
Yeah. For me, it's almost like an exercise in storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I think about it from that perspective.
My favorite song that she's ever written is in the perspective of her grandfather. And probably, when did this take place? Probably like 40s? 50s?
Well, I don't even really know what year it would have been. I put the 40 in the song because it was easy to rhyme with.
Yeah,
But
and tell the story.
well, yeah, I learned this story from a speech that my uncle had given. And my grandfather, his family they were poor, they didn't have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So one summer he picked up and he was like, I guess I'm gonna go make some money for my family.
Mm-hmm.
So he traveled cross country, found a job, sent all his money back home, and then the next summer did it again.
Oh.
And he was probably a teenager when he was doing this, so I learned that story and I was
And like one of the jobs was like sweeping up at a metal shop, and then he'd sleep right there at the shop
yeah.
in California, and then he'd put all the cash in an envelope and send it back to Indiana.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
So it was
and
cool.
she created it into this incredible song, and
Yes.
it's my very favorite that she's ever written.
Oh, okay.
It was early in the summer, 1944. My dad was working 2 jobs for nothing but to keep his family poor. So I pulled up by my bootstraps, took a breath and waved goodbye. Nothing but $1 in my hand and a weight upon my back. I went searching for more. In the fields of Indiana, I stuck my thumb out and caught a train, and I rode it all the way to the San Francisco Bay. And I wrote my daddy letters, stuffed with every cent I made along the way, from the fields of Indiana to the San Francisco Bay.
So I made my way to Oakland, fixing cars and fishing reels. And I met a man out on the pier. He said, hey son, the real money's in steel. 35 long hours, oh, in the valleys of Ohio, in that factory where I lay, back down the road that led to Lima, and the man I met that day,
Across the
Bay of San Francisco, where I'm sure a part of my heart will stay,
home to the
fields of Indiana, oh, the fields of Indiana, home to the fields of Indiana,
where I got that train. Yeah, so I heard that speech and I was like, that's a story that should be told
Yes.
more than one way. And I think I kind of think about that when I'm songwriting, like what's a different way I can tell this story? Like sometimes when I'm sitting down writing a song, I'm like, I'm not really sure what this is. This is just a phrase that got stuck in my head, and so I'm gonna sing it, I guess. But when we're writing together, it's much more of a focused thing, right?
Oh.
Like I was thinking, like Kari will say, I was thinking about this. And I'll be like, okay, so how can we frame that? How can we turn that into a song? Like it's an interesting way to collaborate, I think. Because like one of our songs is called Home.
Oh, okay.
And I sort of brought this verse idea, the beginning verse idea. And I was like, Kari, I love these lyrics. I want to write a song about home.
Okay.
I want to write a song with a simple chorus. But I hate these chords and I hate this melody, so fix it.
And then I took her idea of home and went, what if we were talking about missing home while on the road? Even though we've never actually toured.
Sure.
Just that feeling, and because that's kind of the ultimate goal as a musician, is to go on tour and show your music to the world.
Yeah. I mean, you find that momentum, right? And you're like, because for a while it was like, let's just say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like
to absolutely
if somebody,
anything.
Yeah, if someone asks, let's just say yes. So I think we did that for like 2 years. We were just like, yep, yeah, let's do it.
And then even on the nights we weren't playing, we'd go to open mic nights and we'd go to karaoke, and it was just, let's give this our all, and let's just be as present as we possibly can. And in those years, we actually had some kind of local successes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What is that like, taking those ineffable or what can't be spoken all the time, put into words? What is that like, taking those, from where it is that they are inside you, and then putting them into a song, and then offering that to people?
Sometimes it feels very vulnerable because you're really showing people like what's in your heart. But for me, it's unstoppable, inevitable. For me, I can't keep this inside. When I hear a really great song, I'm going to learn it that same day. I have to. I can't sleep. That's my hyper focus.
Okay.
Like if a new album comes out, I discovered one this week, and I learned every song on it. But in the last week,
wow.
it's just I get hyper fixated, and it's. If I feel an emotion and I get a song idea, and especially if I write a song that I think is really good, I have to show it to everyone. Sometimes I'll even play it like for my dad on the phone, like over the phone. Like, I gotta show you this song, Dad. Put on the video phone.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
We gotta do it quick because this feeling.
Yeah.
I'm so just enveloped in this feeling.
And I will shake so hard I can hardly play because it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to get it out.
See, that's astounding. Is it the same?
I guess it's a lot of processing for me. A lot of my processing what I am going, especially if it's, I'm writing something that is about a specific situation that I'm going through. That's my way of like processing it. And by the end of the song, I'm like, oh, that's how I feel about that, really? But the song, I mean, it's always there, And it's almost like I didn't really realize that. I mean, I've written songs and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I felt that way. And I think that to me, like, I'll write songs that I don't really ever show anyone, but I've processed it and now I can move through it a little easier.
Okay. Here, let me stop these.
These great planes rolling through my yard. I've got these big dreams crumbling in my heart. And this young heart is feeling way too old. And this poor soul's already been told you can't go home. You can't go home. Keep a beat, and these long nights are fueling all my dreams, and these broken roads bring me where I need, but I can't go home.
Gotta go as far as
I can't go home.
Not giving in.
I can't go home. Times 5, and with my very last penny, before I throw it in the well, I wish that I could come back home with one good story to tell. Can't go.